So in this video, I want to talk about time and how to get better with your time. So this is not a traditional NLP video in the sense that I'm not going to share with you the NLP technique to become a more efficient, productive person who wastes less time. It is NLP in the sense that I model people who are excellent at what they do. So whenever I see somebody who is doing something that I want to be able to replicate, I pay attention. And, I listen very closely when they speak. Now, one of these people is my friend James, and I've mentioned him before on this channel. James is a buddy of mine who's created an 8-figure business and is now launching like 3 other businesses. Massively successful guy. And I watched him go from having no clients to building to 1 million. I watched him do that in a year, and then they since went on to scale. So I pay attention to James. And anyway, we were talking about time, and he said that he uses a system to be more efficient, to be more productive with his time. And he's not the only one, by the way. He didn't do this, I think, just for him. He started doing it for his coaching clients. That when he started working with other business owners who are scaling to 7 figures, at that point in time, their challenges aren't money, their challenges are time. And so a huge return on investment for a busy business owner, successful entrepreneur, if I can get you 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4, etc., however many hours back every week, that is a massive value add for someone like Elon Musk, for example. 1 hour of his time, right? I think I read an article today that he might be the first trillionaire. So the wealthiest people in the world value their time more than anything else. And James has a system that he developed from best practices that he works with his best clients and can get 5 to 20 hours a week back from his busiest clients. Now, I have since then taken that system, tested it, done it with my clients, and I have never gotten less than 5 hours a week back for a client using that system. My most often number is 20 though. Most often, I will get 20 hours back for a client. Remember, we are, right, generalization, deletion, distortion machines. And unfortunately, we do that with our time as well. We distort where our time goes. Very few people are accurate when it comes to how long things will take, how much time they spend doing things. I work with a lot of business owners, and I ask them, how much time did you spend generating leads? Oh my God, I worked so much. And then when we start tracking, they didn't spend 1 full hour on the activity. And then it's like, oh yeah, well, that's why you don't have enough appointments. Duh, right? If you read The Effective Executive, the first thing that they have executives do is to have someone else come in and track their time. Because even the most productive and efficient person will generalize, delete, distort. They will rationalize behaviors they've gotten in the habit of doing, and they'll waste tremendous amounts of time. So here's the system, okay? And I challenge you to do this. Now, you probably won't because you're watching a YouTube video and you haven't invested in anything, and so your skin is not bought in the game. I challenge you to do it anyway. Can you be that person who is capable of saying, oh my God, this is a great idea, I'm gonna implement it starting right now. If one person watching this video saves themselves 5 to 20 hours a week, one person does that for the rest of their life, I mean, God, what an amazing impact. So, I challenge you to do this. First and foremost, download an app on your phone that tracks your time. I use T-Sheets. There's several of them. Type into your app store, time tracker. download an app. When you do that, there's different activities that you can create, right? So for me, content creation is an activity, coaching is an activity, gym is an activity, laundry is an activity, right? And for 1 week, log everything that you do into your time tracker. Your goal is to have logged 24 hours a day for a week. Most of you won't get that far. Well, I guarantee you nobody watching this is actually gonna, prove me wrong. If one person does this, if you show me a week's worth of time tracking, I will give you coaching for one outcome on the house. If I see your time log, I will give it to you, okay? But I don't think you're gonna do it. Okay, so you have an entire week's worth of your time tracked. Most people already have the aha moment, already. I did this with a real estate agent client of mine, and you know, I had her do this for a week, and she goes, I realized I've been spending 2 hours a day on email. 2 hours a day, right? Between, you know, she gets emails from the Washington Times and the New York this, and she has to read all the news that she gets in her email, plus she's got to respond to clients. Almost none of it was producing revenue. Almost none of it fulfills her, makes her happy, right? So 2 hours a day times 7, she got 14 hours back right there. So you have your track. Now you're gonna listen to these 3 letters, ready? RDS. RDS. Remove, delegate, systematize. Remove, delegate, systematize. How much of your list can you just take off? Like for my real estate client, she just took those 2 hours, took it down to 20 minutes a day. Boom. Not gonna spend that much time on this. 20 minutes in the morning, and I think she did a 20-minute in the evening chunk. So right there, she shortened by an hour and 20 minutes a day her email, right? So she cut out, my math was wrong earlier. Anyway, it's not important. She cut out right then and there, she cut out an hour and 20 minutes of time waste. Just remove that from your schedule, right? What can I remove from my schedule? And entrepreneurs take this to a different level. Like when we talk about James, he was like, well, I'm spending an hour a day on lunch, an hour on dinner, an hour on breakfast. Well, my time's the most important thing to me. I'm gonna have a protein shake in the morning. We just chop that down to 5 minutes, right? You don't have to be that extreme, but you can be. Some people really value your time. And then the next thing James did is he said, well, I value my time as an entrepreneur. Why am I cooking for myself? I'm not a great chef, so I can save a little bit of money here. Meal delivery service. Every single one of his meals was delivered, right? So he took cooking and cleaning dishes off of his list completely, right? What can I remove? Laundry. He had somebody come over and do laundry. Now, again, you don't have to do that, but there are things that you can remove. When I looked at my schedule and I was thinking about, well, I spend a lot of time going on walks. I go for long walks. Do I need to go for that long of a walk? Could I get exercise a different way that might be more efficient instead of a 2-hour walk? Yeah, if I worked out for 90 minutes, you know, I would get a better workout and I would save myself some time. So what can you remove? Delegate. What can you delegate? What can you give away to somebody else to do? You know, I'm thinking mostly about the stages of scaling your business, but what can you give to a secretary, an administrator? What could you give to an appointment setter, somebody to do your marketing? What can you take off your plate, right? Systematize. Systematize, systematize, systematize. I know when I want to clean, I do it in a batch. And I start with the laundry because there's a time constraint on that. So I throw it in the laundry and I set the timer, and between those 30 minutes while it's washing, I do the other things. And then when I put it in the dryer, there's another 40 minutes, I do the other things that I have to do. And then typically, I can get all of my cleaning done in a 90-minute block or 2 90-minute blocks, right? Can you turn your activity into a system? When I'm doing content, if I shoot 1 video at a time, it'll take me forever. If I research and then shoot and then edit and time block that, it gets a lot easier to do it. Like, for example, I have a research and a writing day, and so for example, I have a research and a writing day where some videos I know well enough, like this is pretty much off the top of my head, but some videos I do need to write out and plan. And some videos I can just go off the top of my head. Because like NLP content, I've been doing this for so long, I just know it. So I'll have a research and a writing day, and then I'll have a shoot day, and I'll have an edit, right? So I block those together. When I turn the camera on, I'll shoot 5 videos at a time, and that's 1 hour. Now, that also puts me in flow, and once I get into it, it just gets easy. So those are the 3. Can you track your time? A. B, can you remove, delegate, or systematize? C, are you going to implement anything from this video, or was this just a waste of time? Like, comment, subscribe if you want me to guilt trip you some more into getting your life together. Feel free to book a discovery call with me too, and that would be the fastest way to achieve your outcomes.